This is going to be part one of our study guide. Thanks to PK for providing the study guide and the questions that we're going to get. So let's get to it. So here are the questions. Here is the list of what we're going to do today. So starting with number one, we're going to create a directory inside temp called home. Inside home, create two directories called dir and comp. Create two parenting directories for each. Inside dir1, create two files, name file.doc and file1.doc, and two directories called staff and stu. Switch over to the command line and get started. So I'm already in temp, but we're going to start from home. So now that we're in the command line, we are going to get this thing started. Before we get started, let's try to answer these questions before you see my answer. There's more than one way to correctly accomplish these tasks. So my way isn't the only way, but it is a way. And if you have another way, or if you can answer these questions before you see my answer, even better. So now we're going to get started. So the first set of instructions is to create a directory in temp called home. So easy enough. Inside temp, it's going to be called home. That's done. Inside of home, create two directories called dir and comp. Obviously, we know we can move inside of home. I'm just going to do it from right where I'm standing. One's going to be called dir, and the other one's going to be called comp. That's done. And if you want to check, we can look into temp. There's home. We can look into temp home. There's comp and dir. Clear the screen. Next, we have to create two parentings for each directory. So two parentings inside of dir and two parentings inside of comp. So right from where I'm standing, obviously we know that we can move into home and create the parenting directories there, where we're going to mk dir parenting temp home dir. We're going to do dir1 dir2. I'm going to repeat the same line. Instead of home, we're going to do one for comp1 comp2. Simple enough. And you can look temp home dir. There's dir1, and if you look inside of dir1, dir2, and we know this is going to be the same for comp. We'll just check home comp. There's comp1, so we know comp2 is going to be there. Let's clear the screen. And the last step was to, inside dir1, create two files named file.doc and file1.doc inside of dir1, and two directories called staff and stu. So again, we can move into the directory and create the files, or we can create them from where we're standing. So create file.doc and dir1 and file.doc, and do it again, file1.doc. And then we had to create two directories inside of the same directory, temp home dir1. This directory is going to be staff, and then we're going to do another one. This one's going to be stu. So if you just take a look, dir1 files, file1 file, directory 2 that was already created earlier, staff and stu. Okay. So now we can move on to the second question, which reads, inside of file1, create 5 lines of sentences using cat. And inside of files, create 5 lines of sentences using vi. Simple enough. So we're going to cat temp home dir1 and file1. I forgot something. Got a redirect sign. redirect to that, and now we're here. We're going to put the 5 lines of sentences. This is a study guide. This is only a study guide. This information is for instructional purposes only. Did I mention this is a study guide? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last line. And then we hit Control C to end it. And there it is. So then we have to do the same, but we're going to use VI. I personally like to use VIM for file. You're going to just keep using absolute path. And go in here. This one's going to be done slightly different. I have to insert. These 5 lines will be added differently. We will add them, some of them, in escape mode. So now we're in escape mode by hitting escape. We have 2 lines here. And we can go up here, just do YYP, YYP, or we could have done YY and a number P. So we already have 4. So this one's going to have 6 because I'm going to do YY2 P, and then there it is. So now we're in escape mode, colon X to save it, and that's done. So on to the next. So redirect file 1. File 1.doc and file 2. So it's going to be file and file 1.doc. Okay, so next we have to redirect file.doc and file 1.doc contents to comp2 and name the file linux.pdf. So this can be done different ways. Well, how I'm going to do this is I am going to first clear the screen. I am going to first create linux.pdf in comp2. Touch temp home comp1 comp2 linux.pdf. So that's created, and now I'm going to redirect file 1 and file.doc, the contents of it, to linux.pdf. So I'm still right from where I'm standing. I'm going to use the cat command to redirect the files. It's going to be cat temp home dir1 file 1.doc and temp home dir1 file.doc. When we redirect it to temp home comp1 comp2 Linux PDF. So if you look into, actually we don't want to LL, we want to cat it. So if we cat Linux PDF, which is going to be temp home comp1 comp2 Linux PDF, there's all the information, all 11 lines. So let's clear the screen and move on to the next one. So next we have to copy the 2 files from dir1 to comp2, copy 2 files from dir1 to dir2, and copy everything from dir to comp1. Okay, so let's break this down. Copy 2 files from dir1 to comp2. Okay, so let's move into dir1 to copy these files, so I don't have to keep typing the absolute path. cd into temp home dir1 files in here, so you're going to use copy file.doc file 1.doc. We're going to copy that to temp, home, comp 1, comp 2. So that's copy. And if you want to check, you're just going to LL into temp, home, comp 1, comp 2. There they are. That was the first part of the question. Next, we're going to copy 2 files from dir1 to dir2. So those files are still here. So we're going to copy file.dlc and file1 dlc to temp, home, dir1, dir2. So they're copied there. And the last part of the question was to copy everything from dir1 to comp1. So we're going to copy everything in this directory to comp1. So we are going to copy everything in this directory to comp1. So let's first clear screen. And the command is going to be copy. Let me double check something in the help screen first. What are my options? Preserve all. Okay. We are going to use a flag. Copy flag A. So everything here, so let's use a period. 2, you have to copy everything to comp1. Let's use temp, home, comp1. If you look into temp, home, comp1, there's everything. dir2, file1, file, staff, and STU. So just to go back here to what I did, I used the flag A and I used the period. And I only use period and nothing else because we're already in this directory. So if we were not in this directory, let's say we were back on our home directory, the command would have been copy flag A, the absolute path to home, dir1, period, to temp, home, comp1. I'm not going to run the command because I already did it, but I would use the absolute path. But since I was already located there, that's why I didn't do it. So control U to erase the entire line. So move on to the next question. So next question is to copy the file etcyum.conf to dir2 and name it nov.dlc. So we are going to copy etcyum.conf to temp, home, dir1, dir2, and we're going to name it nov.dlc. And if you take a look into temp, home, dir1, dir2, you'll see nov.dlc. If you cat that, there's all the information in the file. And this came from etcyum.conf. Okay, so clear the screen. And you're almost done. Next, we're going to pull the following strings, install, download, and yum from nov.dlc. And we're going to make sure to send those strings into a file called final.dlc into dir1. So the command we're going to use to pull these strings is going to be grep. And how I am going to accomplish this task is I'm going to create the final.dlc first. I could be, only because I could be wrong, but I think if I use grep and the file doesn't already exist, it would not redirect it to that file. So before I pull the strings, I'm going to create this file inside of dir1. I'm back in my home directory, so I'm just going to touch absolute path, dir1, create the file final.doc. So it's been created. Now we're going to pull the strings from nov.doc and we put that in dir2. So we can move into it. We can move into directory 2, or we can do it from here using the absolute path. So I'm going to do it the long way from here using the absolute path. I'm debating. Yeah, no, I'm going to move into it to make it a little bit easier. cd temp home dir1 dir2, and we're going to pull the strings from here. So to pull the strings, we're going to use grep flag e. Command is going to be install. Another flag e. Got to use the flag e for every word. Download flag e for yum. We're going to redirect that to final.doc, which is located in directory 1. So the absolute path to temp home dir1 final.doc, and we wait. Okay, I'm still home, so I'm going to quit that command. I'm going to assume it didn't work. And the reason it did not work is because I used the grep command with the flags. Where am I pulling this information from? That is what I didn't put in here. That's why I got hung up. So that was my mistake. So the command is, we're going to pull these strings and we are going to place the directory of where the file, where the strings are located here. It's going to be temp. Actually, is it in dir2? Nope, it's already in dir2. So all we have to do is type node.doc space, then here, and then we can run this command, and we can look. Actually, we can just move back one. Oops. Move back one. There's final.doc. Clear the screen. Let's cat final.doc, and anything dealing with yum, install, or there's another yum, or download will be in here. And there it is. This concludes the first study guide session. There will be more to come, so thanks for watching.